living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With diet-free life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see you through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right. With diet-free life, that helps futures lose pride.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? This is Diet Free Life with Robert Ferguson. I am thankful, delightful, happy, sappy, feeling good because I knew I would. Okay. To go live. But this is an impromptu live, and it's about weight loss. Well, because I'm primarily known for the work that I have done in helping people lose weight without feeling like they're on a diet. So that'll be the main focus of my time and my share is how do you lose weight and not feel like you're on a diet? Now, when you first hear that, I believe most people would say, that's what I want. I would love to lose weight and not feel like I'm on a diet. Okay. And that's a nice promise if you think about it. Lose weight, but don't feel like you're on a diet. So then I would say, well, what does feel like on a diet mean? Well, if you're on a diet, that means restriction, deprivation, frustration, like all the negatives that come to mind when it comes to wanting to lose weight, right? Counting calories, watching your portions, missing out on eating all the foods everybody else is eating, being hungry all the time, really wanting to eat this but can't because you're on a diet. Like it's all the negatives that come with being on a diet. You don't meet people that are excited about being on a diet. Now, if I'm wrong, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know. Now, I'm going to share. Actually, you know what? This is great because I'm going to share with you some really cool tips that most people, it's not that they don't know, but when I bring up things, that's when people go, oh, yeah, it makes sense. Because this is what I do and do all the time, all day, all night, consistently for many years. If you do anything consistently for many years and you interact with many people and you travel the globe and meet people from different cultures, people representing different ethnicities, different ideologies when it comes to nutrition, and you watch people lose weight with one method that maybe not be my method, then you see someone else lose weight a different way. You can't help but to acquire an in-depth knowledge because you're well-traveled at that point. You're well-learned. And then you have your personal experiences, not just myself, but with working with all the different people. Then you become a wealth of knowledge. I think that's what they call wisdom. Now, I'm in a really good place at this point in my career because I have the wisdom because I've done it long enough. I'm not too old that I can't relate to everybody. And I get it. And I got the science. So then why is anybody overweight when you know what I know? When I know you can lose weight and not feel like you're on a diet. I know it so well that the promise of what I do is in the name of my business. Diet-free life. Talk to me. And I'm not changing that name. I'm dying with that name. I have trademarks around that name. I own the .com of that name. Dietfreelife.com. Because I don't like diets. I'm not a fan of diets. I'm not a fan of restriction and deprivation. I'm not a fan of limiting the foods that I can eat. I want to know how to eat the foods that I like to eat and lose weight. And if I'm eating the foods that I like to eat and I lose weight, why would I ever gain the weight back? You wouldn't, because you were never on a diet. Now, the wealthiest people in the world don't even know this. They don't know how to do it. If they knew how to do it, they wouldn't be on a GLP-1 drug. Now, they may not even know about it, because if they did, they would hire me. Now, you can watch me talk about it, and you won't even hire me. Now, some people will reach out to me. I think I've taken on 17 new clients in the last 2 weeks. And I'm not even advertising. So I'm never hurting for getting clients. And they're happy, satisfied clients, because I'm going to help them be successful. I literally just got off the phone with the lady who's my new client. And I don't even take on everybody as a new client. If I take you in as a client, I must like you. And I'm not being overconfident. I'm not being pompous. I'm not. I'm just telling you the truth. Because I don't want to work with you if I don't like you. So anyone who's my client, and I'm working with you right now, okay, here's the secret. I like you. Okay. I like you. I think that you're a fun person to talk to. I think that I enjoy our time together when we have coach calls. Some of you have been my client for 5 years, 8 years, 12 years, some over 20 years. And you know what? I like you. And I hope you like me. And that's why we work together. The ones who I work with and then they let me go, I don't care. Because if you don't care, why do I need to care? If you choose to be overweight and to stay on medications and to give up on yourself, if I attempted to hang on to that for everybody, because I've already done that in my life, then I go to bed depressed. You know how many counselors and therapists are depressed? Because all day they're helping people and they want the best for people, and those people are draining them. I mean, they are drained. By the time they go home, they don't have much to give to their own family, because all day, all they heard was nothing but negatives and how much the world is just horrible. And they're there to lift people. Man, that's draining. So I've been there. That's why I'm sharing what I'm sharing. I know what it's like to go day after day after day after day, coaching multiple people all day long who are one step from giving up on themselves, and you're there to help them, and you want to give them the world. That is draining. Now, I'm no longer that guy, right? Because once I got past my 30s and I moved into the 40s, I got better at it. And then I started working mostly with celebrities for a long period of time, and big companies and professional athletes. I mean, I still had clients here and there, but it wasn't my livelihood. I was making a ton of money helping like celebrities and pro athletes and traveling, and that was fun. Then during the pandemic, I was like, I got to get back into it. I need to get back into the nuts and bolts of coaching, because I have coaches that I train and I need to be able to relate and help them right? Because they got to go through what I've already gone through. But then when I got back into it, I was like, I'm loving it. I'm loving it because I'm in a different space, man. I'm sharing a truth. We've done so much work. I can literally show you how to eat what you want to eat, not feel like you're on a diet, and empower you so you can both lose the weight and then, here's the kicker, establish the lifestyle habits where you do not gain the weight back. And so every time I take on a new client, like this last 2 weeks, all these clients, I am excited about it. You know why I'm excited? I'm going to tell you, right? So you guys get to hear it from a coach's perspective. And I think this can help everybody who wants to lose weight. But here's why I'm excited, because I know they're excited too, right? They're excited. They're getting started. This is new. All right, Robert, what do we do first? Come on. And I'm excited. So you got two people excited, right? I'm excited because I know they can win. I'm excited because I know they can win. And I'm excited from their excitement because they are in it to win. So if you got that in you, and I got it, we're going to be a great team. How can you not win? So one of my clients, her name is Jamie. And Jamie, I hope you catch this. Jamie was on the fence because she was like, okay, Robert, I want to work with you. And she's worked with me a few times in the past. And for whatever reason, timing, whatever she had going on in her life, she wasn't able to stay in the game. Okay. Now I'm sharing this story because there's some tips I'm giving you. Okay. And so we get started. Her blood sugar levels have been climbing up. So we're in the pre-diabetic stage, which is not good. And she does not want to be a diabetic. And so she's got more focus now than ever. I said, are we going to do it this time? Are we going to win this time? We're going to win. I go, all right, let's win. So I give her the play, how we're going to eat the first week. And she's doing it. Now, she's over 300 pounds. She's about 320. 320 pounds. Blood sugar levels are climbing. If things get to a place where it breaks, when it breaks, it breaks. Now, some of you are like probably 130. You're like, I'm not that bad. No, quit comparing. Because things can break at 130 pounds. Things can break at 140, at 165. Right? Some of you just keep putting things off and you're like, I think I'm good. My blood pressure is good, because you're taking medications and you think it's good. You have fooling yourself, and your doctor has fooling you. And so you have concluded with a doctor who don't give two shits about you being on dialysis in the near future. And you're like, I'm good. My blood pressure, it's not. If you're taking medication and your blood pressure numbers are good, it's not. The blood pressure medication is taking its toll on your kidneys. And you have fooling yourself. Anyway, I don't want to go down that road. Let's talk about Jamie. Let's keep it positive. So Jamie, 320 pounds. We start working together, and I could feel her excitement. So I give her the play, how we're going to eat for the next 7 days, and then we're going to have a coach call. So she does it, and we're down a couple pounds. Now, when you're down a couple pounds and you're 320 pounds, you're not really that excited, but I can still feel her enthusiasm. Okay. I can feel it. And if she's excited, even though it's only 2 pounds and you're 320, now you're 318, I can feel it. I'm like, okay, well, let's take our next step. Right? And so we take our next step for 7 days. She's going through it. had a couple little challenges, but hey, she's down about a pound. But her blood sugar was like 140, 135. Now it's like 108, 103. Now I'm jumping up and down because of that. Like, whoa, we're doing good. And she sees the win too. So she's excited about it. So it's not just about the scale. She's excited. So we go over a couple things. She has a couple questions. Then we go for the next 7 days. She's down again. Now let me fast forward to where we are. If you're 320 pounds and your blood sugar levels were 140, 145, and now they're under 100, that's a big, giant, over-the-top, clap win. Now, she hasn't even implemented real exercise yet. This is all through nutrition. And she's wanting to be more active. We got some dogs, and so we're going to make that happen. But the blood sugar levels are in a good place now. That's a major win. So there's no need to be concerned anymore. Then she sees 299 on the scale. If you're 320 pounds and now you're 299, 298 pounds, that is a great feeling. Now, it may be 21, 22 pounds for you guys. Well, that's really not that much. Okay, we're not talking to you anymore. We're talking to people who get it. When you break through from the 300s to the 200s, that's a major win. The blood sugar levels are good. We are creating health at this point. We're not preventing disease. We are creating health. We're not getting worse. Things are not getting better, if that was a word. We're creating health. That means everything's improving. We are walking down the right path. We are on our way to the Wizard of Oz, if you know what I'm saying. Now, who can relate? If you're down 5 pounds, 2 pounds, 1 pound, if you go a week and you didn't gain a pound, but you're feeling better, maybe you lost an inch in the waist, a half inch, you're creating health. See, you're always either moving towards something or you're moving away from it. You're moving towards something or you're moving away from something. We're either getting better or we're not. The way you know is if you're able to track, right? Monitor where you are, and you can look and see your improvements or not improvements. And then it's not just up to you. When you have a coach, you have someone who's with you, who's supporting you, who sees what you're seeing. When you have a moment where you're not feeling good, your coach is there to lift you. When you have a moment when you're getting too cocky, your coach is there to bring you back. You got not just 2 eyes, you got 4 eyes. Not just 2 ears, you got 4 ears. You're not alone, everybody. You're not alone. That's what most people are missing. And most men out there who lack humility. And let me be clear about this part. Because if you put me in front of most people's husbands, if your husband's watching you watch me on YouTube or Facebook right now, they may stop and look and talk about a coach. And as most women get having a coach, you guys get it. That's why women are stronger. Like if I had to generalize things, I would say women are way stronger than men. That's what I liked about Woman King. I think that was the name of the movie. Because women, and I don't really like generalizing, but women are just more humble. You are. And I like having those female tendencies to be more like a woman because I'm a humble guy. And as a martial artist and a guy who's fought in the cage, I've fought some of the biggest, baddest, toughest, strongest guys in the world. And they were humble. Now you see them fighting, but they were humble because they all have a coach. They all take a knee to somebody. They're all willing to learn and listen to somebody. Muhammad Ali, who I believe is one of the greatest of all time, inside and outside of the ring, he had a coach. He was open to learning and listening and being guided by somebody. But a lot of husbands, they wouldn't get a coach to help them lose weight. What? They don't even like going to the doctor. So there's something about men, and I don't know what it is, but we lack humility. I don't, but a whole bunch of other men do. Because I can be a servant. And so I give kudos to most women because you guys are so, not all of you, because some of you just don't got it in you to like stay the course with many things. You get your ego gets in the way and it blocks you from thriving. And that's why so many women, okay, and this is not being mean, it's just the truth, will never lose the weight and will never be at their healthiest. I've coached a whole lot of you and you gave up on yourself because that's just, unfortunately, who you are. And you don't really expect anything different of yourself. So you're stuck, right? And you'll just settle. And there's nothing I can do about that. I can invite you back and I can do a really nice, warm, loving talk and welcome and come back. Let me work with you. Let me help you. You're not going to do it because you don't want to be successful. Well, that's not true. Maybe you want to be, but there's something in you that stops you from going for it. Now, 2025 is almost gone. I took on 17 new clients. Some of them were old clients that came back, and the majority of them are brand new clients. So I'm excited. If you're a former client of mine and you feel like you're ready to come back, come on back. I would love to work with you. Okay. Send me an email and just be humble. Send me all your updated numbers. Say, hey, I don't care if you gain the weight back. Come on. It's so sad, right? And again, when I get on these rants like this, I didn't have like an agenda, nothing really to show. And, you know, I'm so excited also for so many reasons because I'm also getting close to introducing you to some of my new hosts that are going to be on the show with me, my new show, which is great. I have 3 women that are going to be regulars on my new podcast. Now, when I say new, we're just starting up. We're going to be Monday through Friday. And I have 3 right now that are chosen that are like awesome ladies. And I have one guy I have a phone call with tomorrow that I want to also have on. So my goal is I got 3 amazing ladies. And they all are bringing something really special. And I think you're going to love them. And then I got one guy, and I hope he says yes. But we'll find out tomorrow. And if he doesn't say yes, then, you know, I mean, there's other guys I can get, but I really have my hopes up for this one guy. I like the way he thinks. He challenges me in certain ways. He's really smart, but he's also really kind of not smart. Okay. See how I said that without saying dumb? I didn't use the word dumb. He's smart, but he's not smart. Man. Oh boy. No, I was just thinking about this one client I have, and I'm not even going to say her name because I think she watches me from a distance. And if she watches me from a distance, I don't want to upset her if I use her name. So as I get ready to end my time with you guys, I'm going to share with you her name is, this is not her real name, but I'm just going to make up a name. But her name is Mary. Let's call her Mary. And I hope I don't say her name as I start talking and forget. But Mary came to me at about 190 pounds. Okay. And she said she wanted to lose weight. And so someone hired me for her. So she didn't have to pay any money. So I took her on as a client. Fast forward, I got her down, or we got down to 130 pounds. So I don't know about you, but if you go from 190 pounds and you're in your 60s to 130 pounds, that's pretty significant. That's pretty significant. 190 pounds, and now you're walking around, you're going to family reunions, you're doing things at 130 pounds. That's shocking weight loss. That's the title of this talk today. That's shocking. You look different. You move different. She went from 190 pounds. She ate regular food every day. She ate more often than she normally would, right? Because she wasn't eating 3 meals a day. Now she is. Then her husband gets on board. He ends up losing some weight too. They weren't walking or doing anything. Now they're walking together, and they got that as part of who they it's like they transformed. And then I got the shocking phone call, which I'm happy it was a phone call, because sometimes I'll have people that stop working with me as their coach with a text or an email. They don't even have the balls, the respect to call me after I've been coaching them for a while and say, hey, thank you, Robert. I really appreciate the time working with you. But I'm going to stop the coaching. I feel like I got it. I learned a lot. I mean, you know how big of a call that, how much that would make me feel to get a call after you've been coaching someone for a while? I'm not going to be mad at them if they don't want me to coach them. But man, let me tell you how that goes a long way to get a phone call. Unfortunately, most people, because they do lack the skill set on how to communicate, we have lost a big part of learning how to be respectful and extend real gratitude and appreciation. They'll just send you an email. Hey, can you cancel my coaching? I mean, people that I know, that I felt like I know them. Unbelievable. Unbelievable to me. And you think you know people. So when you've done it for 30 years, no surprise. It's more of a disappointment because you want to believe that they're not the people that you have experienced that lack that. I don't know. It's not discernment. I don't know what the word is. Maybe somebody can like type it in. I don't know what the word is. But it is, it's disheartening because they're still your Facebook friend. You may get a question, text, or email here and there, but it's like you spend that much time coaching someone and then there's no call. There's nothing. They just fade. It's crazy. That's great. That's crazy. It's kind of like when you hear stories where someone is in a relationship and the guy or the woman breaks up with the person that they're dating, like been together, sleeping together, got relationships together, and they get a text message that they're breaking up with them. Like, what? A text message? It's like, oh man, when you see that happen, it's unbelievable. It is mind-blowing. Like, if it was me, I would definitely call and say, hey, maybe I don't got the money, I can't afford it. Hey, I need to take a break. I feel like I can't really handle I feel like there's a lot of stress on me. Like, I don't know what it would be, but I would call and just say, hey, I respect you and appreciate you so much that I'm calling you. I just need to let you know that I'm not going to be working with you for now. I need to take a break. And okay, say call it a break, whatever you want to call it. But that goes a long way. And it's interesting, as I'm sharing this with you guys, tomorrow I have about 5 people that I have not coached in about 6 months. I'm going to call them. Yeah. And I'm actually going to share with them what I'm sharing with you. Because the reason I'm going to call them is because of how much I really like them. And I'm going to let them know that I'm disappointed in them. Now, maybe I like them more than they liked me. Maybe I respect them more than they regardless, I'm going to let them know how much I liked them and how much I respected them and how much I appreciated them and how it did not hurt my feelings, but it was disappointing that I didn't even get a phone call after working with them for so long. I'm going to do that. And that's not for me. It's really for them because I know they're a good person because I spent time talking to them. And that means that if they would do that to me, there's other areas in their life they would do that to. Right? Sometimes you got to call people on their shit. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call them on it. Yeah. Yeah, there's some people getting a phone call tomorrow. And once I get them on the phone, it's not like you're yelling at them, but it's like, hey, I just wanted, hey, how you doing? You good? Everything's good? Anyway, I just wanted to give you a call. And you know that I respect you. I love you. I care about you. I got your email. I got your text. You wanted to stop working with me. And I honor that and give you the utmost respect. The reason why I'm calling you is because I thought we had a deeper relationship than that. Or at least I have that with you. Okay. Anyway. That's going to be fun. What's up, Sandy? I'm glad you caught me on here. Sandy's one of my clients. Now, I would imagine, Sandy, if you no longer wanted me to coach you, that you would at least, maybe we have a coach call and you would let me know that day. I would hope you wouldn't email me. I've actually had people not even email me. I have a virtual assistant named Lori. They will email my virtual assistant instead of me. And I'm their coach. I don't know about you guys, but that's some shady, that's some shit right there. That's like, there's some weak ass people in this world. I said it. I didn't use the word dumb, but I did call them weak. There are some weak people in this world. And it's sad because that's why when you look at the data, so many people are sick, so many people are unhealthy, so many people are gaining weight. A lot of it is we got to take responsibility for where we are and really take responsibility for our actions. Not just in what you eat and what you don't eat, or if you exercise and if you don't exercise. How are you treating people? Because if someone is treating their coach that they create a relationship with like that, or their therapist, right? Because I have coaches who are therapists and they're counselors. I guarantee when I talk to them, they're going to tell me the same thing. They experience the same thing. Let them know. Like when my daughter quit track, right? And she was done. That's cool. But we're going to go tell the coach. We're not just going to stop going. You're going to go to the coach and you're going to stand in front of that coach and you're going to say, thank you, coach. I appreciated my time being here. Thank you for what you put into me. But I'm going to stop track. And I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. We're having that conversation. I went through that. And when I was a kid, my mom did not let me. If you started something, and I didn't even have to I give credit to my ex-wife. Because we're totally in agreement with that. And I compliment her because what I was saying, she was saying, and I think when both parents are in alignment, if we start something, we're finishing it. They ain't no starting and stopping. And if we're not going to finish something, which there's only one thing, well, actually, that's not true. My daughter did finish it, but she didn't go to the next part. There was another part, but it was like, you got to go tell the coach face to face, look them in the eyes and let them know. Everything else, whatever my kids started and they didn't want to keep going, we finished it. If we started, we finish. Now, I don't know about you guys, if your grandkids and if your kids are that kind of person, because a lot of people just quit. Okay. And then everybody just goes on to their regular life. And that's not me. If you start it, we're going to see it through. Now, next season, don't do it. But if you start it, see it through. That's why when it comes to weight loss, I always tell people, stay the course. Don't give up on yourself. Because if you give up on yourself in this, trust me, there's a whole bunch of things you've given up on. And even the ones who are still married, right? I've been married 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. Somewhere in that relationship, they've still probably gave up. Just because they're still living together does not mean they didn't give up. There are people married and have not had sex for many years. And that's not because both said they don't want to have sex. One probably still wants to have sex, but one gave up. Yeah, they gave up. But it's easier for two people to pay the mortgage or the rent than one person. And they've learned how to just be in the same house and kind of go through the motions, but they gave up somewhere. And there's a whole bunch of people that can relate to what I'm saying. If I'm wrong, I always tell people, tell me I'm wrong. Seriously, let me know that I'm wrong. If I am completely wrong, just say, Robert, I think you're wrong on this one. And I'll be like, okay. I want to learn. Let's figure that out. I don't think I'm wrong. I don't. I think people give up. Even when we see them, it looks like everything's going great, but they gave up. They're just existing. I know a whole bunch of people that are in relationships, live together, smile, hold hands, take pictures on Facebook. Looks like everything's great. They gave up a long time ago. But yet they put out the perception that all is good. And they know they gave up. And it'll show up in other parts of their life. That's why when people see me post on Facebook or share things, they go, man, you just put it out there. I go, like, what are you talking about? Well, I mean, I kind of agree with most of the things, but man, you just like, once you lose business, if you just put out your thoughts about politics, about life, if I gave two shits about what everybody's thinking, then I'm not being real. I'd rather be real than be one of those fake ass people that just say what is going to help them get another sale. I'm not hurting anybody. I love everybody. I mean, if you look at the mayor of New York, who's a socialist, the new mayor that's coming in, I'm not a socialist. And I, from a distance, would never vote for somebody like that. However, I pray that everything works out. I pray that this new mayor comes in and makes New York the most amazing place ever. Because we don't know. We just got to sit back and wait. I wouldn't vote for him, but whoever gets in, I'm going to pray for them. Because there's no benefit. Okay, and I'm about to close. In someone being in a leadership position, and all we do is spend energy hating on that person. It ain't going to change anything because they're in. This is what people have a hard time getting because they have so much hate, right? When Biden was the president, I did not vote for Biden, but I prayed for Biden. I did. I prayed for his memory. I prayed for everything. This man, I hope that he was making the best decisions for this country. I just prayed for him all in. Doesn't mean I agree, but I prayed for him. If my daughter, one of them tomorrow says, Daddy, I like girls and I'm a lesbian. Okay. I'm not pro that, but I love my baby girl with all my heart. And that ain't going to change at all. And I'm going to accept it immediately. But I don't condone it. It's not part of my Christian beliefs. But I still love my baby. I'm going to support her. I'm going to pray for her. Nothing's going to change. If she has her girlfriend and wants to come to my house and eat, great. Now, they ain't going to be kissing in front of me. The same as she has a boyfriend. They ain't kissing in front of me either. I don't want to see all that. You guys do that on your time, whether she's with a boy or with the girl. I don't give two shits, but you're not doing all. I don't need to see all that in front of me. I want you to be respectful. We don't need to show that much affection. You can hold hands and all that, but we don't need all of that. You know what I'm saying? And this is where many people have a tough time. When you look at parts of their life, it shows up in why they can't lose weight. It shows up in why they can't improve their health. You see it. If you can't call me, I'm telling you, there's other problems going on in your life. Guarantee you. If I go to your house and there's dishes always in the sink, all right, I see the mess, but I bet your checkbook's not balanced. I bet there's other things that are off. If every time I go to your house, you got dirty dishes in the sink. All right, I think I made my point. Shocking weight loss is very powerful. Anyway, this was an impromptu. I love coming from the hip. For some reason, when I do talks like this and just kind of talk, I get, surprisingly to me, I get more emails and text messages saying, Robert, that was good. Thank you. And I'm always shocked because I go, hey, I went in with no agenda. I didn't even know what I was going to talk about. But what I am talking about, or what I do share, is always coming from a place of being real. If weight loss was easy, we wouldn't have people on GLP-1 drugs. Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound. I believe at this moment in time, as I conclude, one of the primary reasons why people are not successful in losing weight naturally is because they lack humility. I see the same thing in why people don't stay in marriages. why the divorce rate is at an all-time high. There's a lack of humility. Why people can't even stay in relationships. There's a lack of humility. Now, a whole bunch of people will disagree with me on this. I would love to debate them on it or have a conversation about it, because you'll see very quickly that the way at least Christian beliefs are, for those who actually believe in the Bible, that we're not following what is naturally like ordained. And that doesn't mean everybody has to be subservient to and bow down, blah, 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 like all the negatives that come to mind for some people. But I do believe that it's very healthy when you have God, you have the man of the home, you have the wife, you have the kids, and I believe there's an order to all of that. Now, that doesn't mean that the man is walking around like he's a dictator. The only people who think like that are people who are lacking humility. And you can take that same way of thinking and apply it to nutrition. Now, most people don't know how to eat because we were never trained or taught how to eat. Most people eat the way they eat. And you end up gaining weight, or you want to lose weight, and then you accidentally find a way that helps you lose the weight. And then you believe that that's the Almighty. And you stop learning because you think you have found a solution that works for you at this moment. And because of that, you stop learning until you got to learn again. That's a lack of humility. When I meet someone, final point, if I meet someone and that someone, let's say they lost 100 pounds, and they meet me and they learn that I've helped thousands of people lose weight. I've written books, I've done infomercials, I've done all kind of cool things that they're like, wow, wow, wow. And they never ask me how I did it or how the method works. They lack humility. And when you know what I'm sharing with you, you recognize those people easily, right? It's kind of like meeting someone who's been known and has proven work for curing cancer, and you have cancer, but you never ask them, how did they cure cancer? Why would you not ask? If you have cancer or you think you're going to get cancer and you meet someone who's cured cancer and has patients who tell you that, why wouldn't you ask what they did? How did they do it? I'm around people all the time, and I know they don't know how to eat. And I know that they have false understandings about nutrition. And they've seen the work that I've done. And they've never asked me, hey, how does your methodology work? That's an example of a lack of humility. Because if you turn the tides, and I meet someone in business and they've created millions of dollars, for instance, and multiple businesses, I'm there listening and wanting to know, how did you do it? What are the principles? How are you able to make it work in everything that you do? I want to know because I'm humble. Something to think about. Okay. Something to think about. Something to think about. And you know what? I'll end on this, Sandy, because Sandy's here live, and I think the world of Sandy. Sandy and I introduced something to someone the other day. And Sandy, I would tell you as an example, that person was willing to listen. They demonstrated true humility. There was no ego. There was no bravado. There was no machismo. That lady came in with an open mind, and she was willing to listen to both of us. And as a result, you have a meeting with her because she's in a place of humility. She wants to learn. You just experienced it. Now you meet that guy that owns a gym and he thinks he already knows everything about it. He has no humility. It's going to be hard to reach that kind of person. That's why sometimes, like even from a religious standpoint, it's easier to reach people who are broken, who have lost everything, who are on the ground, who have nothing. They've hit rock bottom. When that happens, there's humility. My favorite book, the Bible says, pride comes before the fall, everybody. Pride is a lack of humility. All right. I did my job tonight. I'm glad I got to go live. And you know what? I'm going to share this with a few people before I call them tomorrow, because I am calling them. And I'm going to let them know how disappointed I am in them. And some of them are on this call, and they're actually hearing me share this tonight. And you know who you are, so text me before I call you, because I am saddened because you lack humility. And that's probably one of the reasons why you've gained most of your weight, if not all of your weight back. And I'm sorry that that happened to you. But pride comes before the fall. If you were humble, you would have asked for help, and there would have been no fall. But the lack of humility, this is a principle, you guys. And I'm the same as you guys. I know how to ask for help. So I don't fall prey to that. Not me. I know better. So as strong as many of you think I am, I'm humble. I ask for help all the time. I ask for help in finances. I ask for help in a whole bunch of things. I don't have a problem asking for help. And I've had people help me. But because they lack humility, sometimes they get mad because they help. I'm like, what is this? I needed help. If I came to you for help and you helped me, if you helped me, that speaks volumes about you. And then you're going to have attitude with me? Are you kidding? So even though you have sometimes people who are willing to help, that doesn't mean they're humble. Because when they cop attitude, they're prideful. And I'm not saying that so you don't get help from people that are willing to help you, but sometimes the people who help you are prideful people. And they're doing it from a negative place. And you'll see them fall. They will have problems. Even though it looked like they're helping from the wrong place. The energy is off. And I met a whole bunch of those people. All right. Amen, everybody. Thank you. I didn't know I was preaching tonight, but I did. So anyway, I'm Robert Ferguson. This is Diet Free Life. Put it all together, you guys. Shocking weight loss is real. We can all be successful. My recommendation for you is to get help, get with a coach. If you need a coach, I got many coaches I can connect you with. Reach out to me. If you need help with anything in our space of living a diet-free life, we are here to help you. And soon you'll meet some of my new hosts that will be on a regular basis. We got time, but I'm going to start introducing them slowly and surely. But again, please make sure you like, subscribe. If you're not on the YouTube channel, I want to recommend you come over. Make sure you subscribe and stick there and look at when you hit subscribe and click on the button all, so that anytime we go live or we do an upload of a new video, at least you will be notified. You don't got to watch it, but you'll be notified and you'll know that we have something new for you. Okay? Until the next one, I am Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson. And this is Diet Free Life.
In a world of diets, there's a new way to see. No more counting calories, just living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With Diet Free Life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see you through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right.